Hello everyone, and today we're going to be learning how to export your Java project into a .jar file, and you'll be able to execute it, and then afterwards we will convert it into an exe file. Now, what is a jar file? Well, a jar file is simply a compressed version of your Java project, and then we are going to be turning it into an exe. That way other people can download the application. That's essentially what all your applications are. If you can see in my taskbar right here, all of these are applications, and these applications are .exe files. They're .exe files. So, for example, my launch4j, this is an application, and we will be using it. It is a jar file, but it has been wrapped in a JRE. So no matter, it's a exe file with a wrapped JRE, which means that you can download this file whether you have Java installed or not. So if I go into my CMD or my command prompt and search Java minus version, you'll see that I will have my version. But what happens if you don't have Java installed? It'll give you an error indicating that you do not have Java installed. But with this method, you will be able to run this program even without the Java version. Now, let's get started. So first, we are going to be exporting it into a jar file. We are going to be learning how to do that in two IDEs, IntelliJ and Eclipse. And just follow along. We're going to do Eclipse first, and then we will do IntelliJ. So first, let's go to our Eclipse, open it up, and then right-click our project that we want to export and press Export. And now from here, you want to highlight the jar file, so just click this jar file. Do not select runnable jar file, just select jar file, press Next. Select Next. Now from here, you just want to make sure up here that you have the correct project selected. In my case, it's Megaland Siege. That's the project I want to export. That's correct. And then to the right, it says you're going to export class path and project. You just want to deselect those since you do not need them. Class path and project are just for your IDE. They are read whenever you run it through your IDE, but in this case we're exporting it as a jar file, in which case you will not need these two files because they are not being read by an IDE. Then make sure you have these two options selected. It's the first option and the third option. First option is export generated class files and resources, and then the second one is export Java source files and resources. That just makes sure every single thing in your project is exported besides the class path and the project file. Now, select your export destination. Just press browse and select it. I have it currently set to my desktop right here. And then make sure your option compress the contents of the jar file. Make sure that's selected, and the rest you can select them, but I don't actually really need it. So after you've selected all that, press Next. From there, make sure your export class files with compile errors are there, and export class with compile warnings is there. Now the errors is important. The warnings isn't really, as long as it works, or that's up to you really. That's really personal preference. And then build project, if not built automatically, just select that. Then press Next. And then you'll be brought to this page, in which case you want to select generate the manifest file and seal some packages. And then below, where it says main class, you want to press Browse, in which case you can select your main method. That is the method in which you have your public static void main string args method. And now, once you've selected that, press Finish. And this is an example of when you haven't saved one of your files. If you have saved all of your files inside of your project, this window won't appear. But in my case, I haven't saved the class utils or utilities, in which case I just have to select it and press OK. Now it has saved and exported. And now if we look into our desktop, you will see our project, or, well, my project that I have exported right here, export submission, and if I open it, you'll see that it'll show this because I am using WinRAR. So, if you aren't using WinRAR, you can just double-click it and then make sure it's running through the Java and the JDK. But in my case, I just want to highlight it, right-click, send, open with, and then Java Platform SE binary, and now my project is all exported. Now that we have exported it through Eclipse, I will show you how to do do it through IntelliJ, and then once that's done, we will turn it into an exe file. So now open up your IntelliJ, and this is only if you are using IntelliJ. And what you want to do is go to our project structure, and if you've never done this before, just click artifacts, and then right here it says nothing to show. This is what it should say if you have never done this before. Just press the plus icon, press jar, click jar, press from modules and dependencies, and then from here make sure that you have the correct module selected, or in this case that's your project. And then your main class, just press this folder icon, which means browse, select your main method. In my case it's the launcher class, and then extract to the target jar, and you can actually just delete this. You don't really need the manifest. Well, actually, make sure that's there, but if you already have your manifest folder up, just check, and then you can let it, and then you can keep that code there, or that URL there. But in my case, I don't really need it since I already have it on the top left. So now, once that's done, press OK. Give me an error because, whoops, sorry. Jar, modules, main class, launcher. That's correct. Don't need this. IntelliJ ID manifest. Yeah, okay, so that's the error you will get if you've already got your manifest folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this completely. So delete, right click, delete, and then I'm going to do this all again. So file, project structure, artifacts, plus icon. Actually, it's already here, but you know what, I'll go through it again. Jar, from modules, select your module, select your main class with your main method, extract a target jar, and leave this code here, and then, or not this code, this kind of like directory, and then press OK. Now you've created your artifact. Now you can press apply, and when you want to export it, all you have to do is on the top. If you're on a Mac, it should just appear in the top bar. If you're on Windows, it should appear right here in this kind of taskbar, or this toolbar, and you just want to go to build, and then build artifacts. Now, this window will pop up, and you'll build this artifact game tutorial. If you have more artifacts, then it'll give you more artifacts. In my case, it's game tutorial, and then this little sidebar will appear. Your action, what you want to do is build. Now, once that's selected, it will build your project. Where the fuck did it export to? So let's actually do this again. Actually, what I forgot to do is, if we go into our project structure, we want to make sure our output directory is in the correct place. In my case, it is not in the correct place. So I'm just going to click this folder icon, which means browse the directories. And I'm going to scroll up until I reach my desktop. I'm just going to select my desktop and press OK. Now it's just exporting to my desktop. Now if I press apply, that should be good. When we press OK, and now we can build and build artifacts. And then we can build the artifact, and now you will see it'll export to my desktop. And if we again open it with the Java SC binary, it will run smoothly, and it works. Alright, now we can close out of our IDs, because now we can learn how the fuck we are going to change it into an exe file. So let's make sure you have launch4j installed. You can go to your browser and just search launch4j right here, and just download it. This is a video I'm just watching for my game. I'm learning how to do melee combat. So all you have to do is once you've installed it, just open this up, and first you actually want to create a new folder. Whoopsies, I clicked something. Quit. So just go to your desktop, right click, and press new folder, and I'm going to call this tutorial application. Now, once you have got that done, you can open it and create a new folder, another folder called JRE. So now you've got your file, your folder called tutorial application. and then within that folder you have another folder called JRE. And now all you want to do is go into your File Explorer, open up a new window, right, as such, and then go down to whatever disk you are using. May not be your D drive. In my case, it's my D drive. And then I'm just gonna go. Actually, no. In my case, it's my C drive. I'm gonna go into Program Files right here, and I'm gonna go into Java. And now you will see all of my JREs and JDKs. All I want to do is go into my JRE, where it says JRE, do not select JDK, open up JRE file, and now you just want to copy it over. So open up your JRE file in both folders, and you just want to copy bin into here. I think that's short for binary, and then lib, which is short for library. And there you go, you have your JRE all installed. So now what you should have is you have this folder on your desktop called tutorial application. You open it and you have another folder within it called JRE. If you open that, you have your bin and your binary and your library folders, and these folders should all be just like random shit for your Java runtime environment. Alright, we have that done. Next, we want to get a icon. So I have an icon here. I'm just gonna move this over to here, and I'm actually going to show you how to create this. So get a picture that you want to use. So I'm gonna go into my let's just do this. We'll take this image, and right now it's a PNG file. It has a PNG extension, and I'm actually going to create a new window and exit out of that because that's a bit distracting. And now all I want to do is search to PNG converter, and now I'm just gonna open up this cloud convert. Sorry, not PNG, not cloud convert. You want to go to this website, and then you just want to drag your PNG into here, and then change it to change the size to 128 pixels by 128 pixels. Now just press start conversion, and now it'll convert it. Press download, go into your folder, open it up, and now you have this. You can delete your old one and paste this in here. Now that you've got that, you can do PNG to ICO, short for icon. Click the cloud convert this time, and now you can just click the arrow down here and press from computer. So select your file from computer, press show all files, and then I'm going to go to my desktop, and then I'm going to click the image that I want to be my icon. So I'm going to rename this file to icon loser, and then I'm going to press open. Icon loser not found. Oh fuck. Sorry. Sorry, this is not the file name that will be exported. It is the file that you are choosing to export. So just click here the file you want to export. In this case, it's Avatar East, and then I'm going to press open. Now Cloud Convert is going to start converting it, and in a few seconds it will convert it, and we can download it. Okay, I have forgotten to select what extension it should be. Select ICO if you haven't pressed convert. So right now it's uploading the file, and now it's converting it. And now that it's loaded, I can actually delete this old file. And now I just press download, then open up the folder. Move this to your desktop. I'm going to move it here. Now you can finally close out of your search engine, and right here, Avatar East. Sorry. Why is this here? That should not be here. That should not be here. So actually, I'm going to take this, I'm going to move it right here. I'm going to rename this to icon, and then you can name it whatever you want. And then now we can finally get down to wrapping it with Launch4j. So first we're going to do the output file. The output file is the I believe, okay, so let's go into, sorry, this is where you're going to output it to, so I'm just going to save it to my desktop, and I'm going to, actually, no, I'm going to save it inside of my folder. In this case, it is tutorial application. I'm going to call this, I'm going to call it the application. Now, I'm going to press save. Make sure you type in exe at the end right there. And now, in the jar, you're just going to want to browse the directory once again. You're going to want to select the jar file that we are turning into an exe. In my case, it's a game tutorial. I'm going to press open, and then make sure it has that jar extension at the end. Now, finally, we want to add an icon if you even want an icon. So maybe you don't want one. And now, from here, just go into your folder, and then select this icon, press open. Make sure the ICO icon extension is at the end. And now we finally want to add our JRE. This is the most important part of wrapping the exe. So now, in this bundle JRE path, we just want to type in JRE, plain as a day, JRE. That's referring to this folder right here. Now, we want to type our minimum version. You can put whatever you want. I'm going to put 1.8.0 because that is the version that my project was made in. And you don't have to put the max version. You don't even have to put the minimum version, but I would suggest doing it. Make sure that in this first bar, you want to select only use JDK runtimes, private JDK runtimes, and then in the second bar, we want to do first 64-bit, then 32-bit. Make sure those are selected, and that is all you have to do for your JRE. Now you can finally press the cog icon right here, and this is gonna generate our actual configuration of folder. And now make sure you have the correct folder. So just select. So just click your desktop, that's the best, and then go back and then go into your folder, in which case you're creating your application, and in here you can just type in the file name, in which case I'm going to do config. And now when we save it, your folder should have this shit, and now you'll see this is our application, and if I can actually pin it to my taskbar. You can see down here on the bottom right where my cursor is, or I could just click it right here, and you'll see that our game has started. And you can send this file to friends, because if you were to send it to them and they didn't have Java installed, they could still run it. So that's all. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped you. Wow, this has been an 18-minute video, and I'll see you in the next video.